So there's some right ways and some wrong ways to submit your work. Some ways make it hard for me to view your work. Some ways make it hard for you to read the feedback. So that's where these kind of rules are coming from. So these are the rules I want you to follow when submitting work online. Please, whenever possible, submit your work on the assigned handout. This way you don't accidentally skip problems. That happens so often. And also it's so I can find the answers. If the layout is the same on everybody's page, then when I grade 100 assignments, I can find 100 answers. How do you do this? One way to do it is to have a printout of the worksheet that I've given you and write on the handout, and then take photos of your work. Another way to do it is to use some software like Cami, where you can write directly on PDFs. And Cami works well with Google Chrome, and it works well. And all of the colored writing that you see down here was added with Cami. So, and I'll show you the Cami app in a little bit. But this is really how I'd like you to present your work, so that the formatting of my question is preserved, and then I know that this answer corresponds to this question. If you cannot submit work on the handout, that is okay. Please just do your work on lined paper. That is really the easiest way to do it. Do give me the title at the top of the page. Please number all of your problems so that I can tell what answer corresponds to what question. And if there's a lot of work that you've shown, you should always show your work. But if there's a lot of work there where the answer isn't immediately obvious, please circle your answer. Please copy formatting where possible. Like if there's a table on the worksheet that you're supposed to fill in, copy the table on your lined paper. What I do not want you to do is I do not want you to copy your worksheet into a Word document or a Google document and then type on it, because that does not preserve the formatting, and then the formatting goes all wonky. It's hard to show your work clearly when you just type in Word. And the formatting gets messed up. So this is supposed to show a balanced equation, and it just doesn't. I'm not going to waste my time trying to grade unclear work, so please don't submit work that looks like this. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to take pictures of multiple pieces of paper and save them as a single PDF file so that you can save it to your Google Drive, so that then you can upload it to Canvas. After you've installed CamScanner in your phone and created an account, then this is your home screen when you first open CamScanner. If you register for CamScanner using your Knox Schools email account, CamScanner did at least have a deal where if you had an education address, you got the premium version for free. I don't think you actually need the premium version, but that's just something to consider. Okay. So when you're ready to just start scanning documents, you hit the camera button. And when you hit the camera button, you get a few options here, taking a single picture or taking a batch of pictures. And that's what I recommend doing. You can take separate pictures and combine them together into a single document later, but it's easier to start in batch mode and take the batch of pictures that you want to take. So now that I'm in batch mode, I'm ready to start taking pictures. Okay, and I know my piece of paper is not viewable to you really, but what's important is that the phone is viewable to you. So I'm going to hit the camera button as I take a picture of the front, and hit the camera button as I take a picture of the back. And now I've taken all the pictures I need to take. So let's look at how we save this. Okay, I've taken all of my pictures, so I'm going to click my picture button just to make sure that my pictures were kind of cropped the way I want them to crop. If I don't like the way they're cropped, I can move the edges, but CamScanner did a good job with that page. Oops. And I'll go to this page, and CamScanner didn't do such a good job with this page, so I'm going to adjust the borders. And now that looks good. So I'm done checking my pages. I hit the check mark, and now CamScanner is saving the file. Now, I do recommend giving your file a better name so you can actually find it when you save it. So here I have, instead of just calling it CamScanner, I might call it my chemistry homework. And maybe give it a date. Okay. And hit done.
give it a name that's meaningful to you, because the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to More, and you want to upload it. Now, I've already logged into my Google account here. If you haven't done Google Drive with CamScanner before, you'll be asked to log into your Google Drive. You should log into your school Google Drive so that when you're on Canvas, you'll be able to access the files that you are saving. Once you've done that registration once, you never have to do it again, and you'll just get taken right to this page. I want to save this as a PDF. And please make the file size big. Don't shrink it down. When you shrink it down, then I can't see it anymore. So we'll just keep a big file size. And then you can choose which Google Drive folder you want to save it to. I'm going to save it here. And click Upload here. And then it will tell me that it's uploading. It'll tell me it's done. And now I'm ready to go onto Canvas and submit my work. I hope this helps. Hey folks, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can take multiple pictures of paper using your Chromebook and save them in a single document so that you can upload that single document to Canvas. So I'm going to need to have a blank Google Doc in order to kind of paste my pictures into. So I'm going to get that started and just kind of zoom it to the side here. When I take pictures with my Chromebook, those pictures are saved to your downloads folder. So if you don't already have your downloads folder kind of pinned to your shelf at the bottom, I do recommend pinning it to your shelf. So I'm just going to go ahead and, oh, mine's already pinned. But you can just do a search for your downloads, and this is where any pictures you take on your Chromebook are going to be saved. So I'm just going to name this something useful like chemistry homework, so that when it's saved, I can find what I want. And then I'm going to go ahead and open my camera. Again, I've got my camera pinned to my shelf because I use it a lot. But you just do that by right-clicking and pinning it. But if you don't have it, you can just do a quick search for your camera. And there it is to open it up. So go ahead and open the camera here. And you can, look, it's me. Who knew? Okay, so when you're taking a picture of your pieces of paper, I highly recommend holding it sideways. First of all, I'm going to angle the camera so that it's pointing more straight at the camera. Please take sideways pictures of your papers. Click. Because that way, the writing takes up most of the screen. I'll take a picture of the other side. Click. All right, so now I have 2 pictures saved to my downloads. Bye. 2 pictures saved to my downloads that I want to insert into my Google Docs. So I'm literally just going to drag them over. That was the first one I took. So I'm making sure that I paste these in the correct order. There we go. Didn't work the first time for whatever reason. And this is not formatted the way I want it to. I want it to be rotated. So I just click on the picture, grab this little drag bar and rotate it so that it's a vertical picture instead of a horizontal picture. I'm going to go ahead and insert my second picture. Even though this isn't sized quite the way I want it yet, I'm just going to go ahead and drag and drop this one over. And again, this one is sideways, so I'm just going to quickly rotate it. Perfect. Now, these pictures don't really take up a full page here. I'd like for them to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the picture and make it more paper sized, like 6.5 inches wide, so that'll show up on my paper. And same thing here. Now notice the lighting does have to be pretty good when you take these pictures, so that the words are visible, okay? But it's a little bit fuzzy, but so long as the lighting is good, I should be able to see what your writing is on a piece of paper. If you have a bunch of extra space up here, for some reason when you're taking the picture, you can do more of a crop. So I can take this crop and cut out my fingers so that you don't have to see it. And maybe cut out some extra stuff down below so you don't have to see it. if you want to clean it up a bit, or if there's something distracting in the background, or if you have a very small piece of paper. And now you can submit this work to Canvas. I have a different portion of the video that shows you how to upload work to Canvas, but here you have taken pictures of paperwork to submit. I hope this helps.
I want to show you how to use this integrated Google Drive feature to submit something from Google Drive. So let's go through this process again. I'm going to submit the assignment, and this time I want to submit from Google Drive. So I'm going to submit from Google Drive, and it's because I've integrated Google Drive, it's going to pull up my Google Drive right here from Canvas, and I'm just going to pick some random, here, Argentina and Mongolia. I will submit this assignment. Obviously has nothing to do with chemistry, but just to show you how to do this. And then I'm going to hit submit. Now, it is not yet submitted. I have to click submit assignment one more time, because right now it's basically just confirming that, hey, was this the right file that you wanted to submit? Yes, it is. Now I must hit submit one more time. And here I should eventually get confetti, but right now I'm getting this warning message that Canvas is currently processing my submission. I can navigate away from this page. Okay. And hopefully I will get that confetti confirmation at some point, but it says that it's submitted correctly, and now I have a resubmit assignment. Sometimes when you submit from Canvas, you don't necessarily get the confetti, but you should be able to see that yes, you submitted and the correct submission time. Okay, if you've submitted something on Canvas, I'm going to give you your feedback on Canvas, and it's important to know how to be able to access that feedback. So here is an assignment that was previously submitted, and I made some random comments. In order to view my comments, you have to go to Submission Details, and then you click View Feedback. And you can see that sometimes the comments are color-coded, so the blue comment here corresponds to this blue writing on the paper. But even if it's not color-coded, you can still mouse over and see what comment belongs to what marking on the paper. So I like your heading. This red X here means I was supposed to write 2 paragraphs, or the student was supposed to write 2 paragraphs. So this is an example of how feedback looks on Canvas and how to go about accessing it. So when you're on the Cami page, you'll need to create an account. I just need to sign in. And when I sign in, I get asked to choose a file from my Google Drive that I want to open. So if you have saved whatever worksheet to your Google Drive, then you can open it. Okay, so I've opened up this worksheet on Cami, an older worksheet from Module 0. For some of these, it may make sense to just do typing your answer. So enter in a text box and just showing my work, 15 plus 273 equals 288 Kelvin. Okay, and that works fine typing for some of your answers. But here, if I'm going to show my work, there is some math to do here, and it's a division problem, and that's going to be kind of hard to type. So here's one way you can do it. Okay, so this problem involves division, so I typed my numerator in, I typed my denominator in, and now just to represent that division line, I'm just draw by hand the division line, and then I can type in my answer, which is 2.9% after I've done the calculation. So this way you can show your work. You can capture the idea that it's a fraction by handwriting parts of it and typing other parts.